Every time I stepped onto the field, people would look at me funny. The other team, of course, because my team knew who I was. But other people would always look at me, and also I'm quite tall, so I was very intimidating, and I think a lot of people, um, they at first looked at me and was like, "Well, what's that?" And then they kind of realized, because at the time I wore binders or something like that, so they could see that, and then they realized what it was. But yeah, there was always weird glances. Their answer is normally, well, it's not fair, let's ignore it. So I hope the conversation keeps going rather than just saying, it's kind of unfair when it's not really that unfair. Um, that at least the conversation goes and they find a way for it to be included rather than just saying that, no, it can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone should have to argue on why they deserve to win something or why they won.
Mm-hmm.
There's unfairness in everyone. Like, there are basketball players that are extremely tall. Like, how is that unfair to someone like say Steph Curry, who's fairly short, but he tries really hard and he does really well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's unfair. But no one has to say that tall people, that's unfair to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And with swimming, I can't whatever the really guy swimming is, I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
He is genetically like perfect for swimming in aerodynamics, but no one says that's unfair. He doesn't have to say, well, I'm good at it. That's no, he doesn't have to validate why he's good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone has their biological.
Yeah, everyone has advantages and
yes.
disadvantages, and is the only reason why and someone like me, or if they were trans female, had to argue that, it is because people think it's wrong, that they shouldn't be able to. When they have the same amount of, yes, they have maybe a slight advantage or disadvantage depending on how it is, and that's just how sports go.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are better and some people are not as good. It's just the way it works. I've gotten to the point in my life where a lot of the new people I meet, I don't tell them I'm trans, because I pass fairly well, especially with being on testosterone, now having top surgery. I pass quite well. But when you're on a team, things change. You're very close. You change in the same, vicinity. So there's no way of hiding that. And especially a lot of males can be very harsh. So that, and especially being on a team, you're supposed to work together. And if there are people on the team that don't support me, or that's hard to work together, and that is a very big, scary thing to think that you can't work with one of your teammates. So yeah, that would be it. Definitely, if I got into it, definitely would be something I'm afraid of. I hope it doesn't happen, but it would definitely be something you constantly think of. Or even if they don't say it to your face, you're constantly thinking, oh, how do they feel, and yeah. I wanted to do powerlifting for a while, but I never got into it because I knew that I was that I wanted to transition, and I knew that deciding to stop powerlifting, because I knew once I got into it I would love it, that it would be harder to stop, and it would prevent me from doing what I wanted to do, which was start testosterone. So I decided not to get into it. But yeah, so with powerlifting, I can't go even on either side, because you can't take any kind of drug. So testosterone would be, even if I did participate as a male, testosterone would, because I take testosterone, I wouldn't be able to participate at all.
And that would be almost all major teams for any sport, right?
Yeah, a lot of
drug testing.
Yeah, and even with work, sometimes there are drug tests with some jobs, and so that is definitely something you have to bring up with your employer and tell them, and but that is something else that happens. So yes, but drug testing is a big thing with a lot of major sports, even in colleges.